Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
Back at you in Gloves Off. I have a great guest. Like my sister, it's Honorable Judge Rosie Cuellar. How are you doing?
I'm good, doing good.
And how's the campaign? How's it coming along?
Actually, it's going really, really well. We have a lot of positive responses. We've been doing a lot of work. Don't want to give out too much what we're doing, but it really looks good. Again, we work hard. As we're as a underdog, right? That's the attitude. Just working hard, not taking anything for granted. But it looks really good.
I'm glad. Let's see. It's almost over, right?
Almost over, yeah. Early voting ends this Friday. This week it's 8 to 8 p.m. And of course, election day is on Tuesday, March the 5th, and you vote at any polling place that is open from 7 to 7.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad they changed that.
Yes.
I'm glad they changed that because a lot of people wouldn't vote on that. They'll wait till that day and also they say, no, I'm going to have to drive
somewhere else or where exactly.
They don't even know where they're at.
Exactly. Yeah. But, you know, it's important to go out and vote. It's been really a low voter turnout, and that's what's really disappointing, you know, and I can understand why people don't want to go out and vote because they feel that everyone's the same, but we can't give up that good fight. We got to believe in the candidates that have done something for the community. You know, look at the experience. Look what they have done. And I think that's what's important, you know, and a lot of people don't get involved because, you know, it's a lot of bad things that go on and rumors and you know how it is. But you got to have the person who has the character and strong enough to do what's right and stand up. And that's how our parents taught us to give back. And that's why my family is involved in public service because we really don't forget where we come from, you know, and we want everyone to succeed, our children, or elderly, or veterans, or our families, or economy. You know, we want everyone to succeed.
Absolutely. And I've seen the work that you did when you were a municipal judge, and did a lot of things, a lot of changes that are still being implemented now, and other people have taken off with it.
Yes, and
you know, those ideas have to go forward.
Yeah, and that's really important. You know, we're very proud, and we were recognized by the state of Texas for the outreach program. And I think, you know, we should all do that. But the amnesty program is crucial. I did it because we needed to make sure that people don't have that debt looming over them. But more importantly, that they get their license. You know, of course, without a driver's license, you can't get a decent job. But a lot of good things, you know. And we were just talking about that. I went to the Rotarians yesterday. And, you know, they were asking, you know, what qualification. Well, they didn't ask, you know, that was part of, you know, you talk. We just talked there. But I think one of the things I think is crucial is not only the right education, you know, the experience, personal and professional, but I think character is so important. We got to make sure that we have a person who's not afraid to do what's right. You know, and I got tested many a times. I'm gonna write a book, and not right now, but really, you know, the things that I went through, and you know me, I never complain. But and it's not complaining. I feel like it was, you know, testing your character. And one thing that I heard that's coming up, and what happened to me was they wanted to make the municipal court judge an appointment. And I had a councilman tell me to my face, Rosie, it's a done deal. It's gonna be an appointment. And I said, well, it may be a done deal, but I'm gonna certainly, if I go down, it's gonna be me fighting and trying. And guess what? It didn't happen. And I hear that that's trying to come up again.
I heard that.
And I'm so against that. I don't think, nothing personal, whoever is in office, but I think the people should choose, not 8 individuals.
Absolutely. And not only that, I think when you talk about the city, a lot of people forget that at one time we had a police chief that was elected.
Yeah.
We had a city secretary that was elected. I think we should bring it all back. Elected police chief, elected fire chief, elected city secretary, and elected municipal court judge.
Yeah.
They have to be brought back, because once you do that, the power is taken away from the people, and it's a different type of government that you have.
Absolutely.
It's an abuse. It sets itself for an abusive state, and that's what you don't want.
And the thing is, their argument, or what I've heard, is that, well, that's the way we do it. That's how it's done in all the cities. And it was when I would go to the conferences. I was shocked to find out that this was an appointed position. We don't have to go along. We got to do what is right for this community. This person should be elected by the people and be accountable to the people, not to 8 persons that are sitting in city council.
No, absolutely. And that is wrong. And if they're going to go that route, okay, you can take it. But how about just one term, 1 year? We're appointed from January to December, and then we appoint somebody else from January to December, and go down the line. If you're going to take it that route.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not even going to entertain that, because I'm going to fight and go speak at city council.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
And I think.
I'm with you.
So. Yeah, no, that's how I feel. And
No.
there's a lot of things that certainly tested my character, and a lot of people, well, not people. I think some maybe elected officials are not happy, but it was about respect. Respect the job that I do, and I respect the job that you do. There should be, professional communication and courtesy, and I just feel that you gotta have a person who's willing to stand up, no matter the consequences.
Absolutely. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, and they don't. How can I put it? You can't have that type of dominion over. You have to do what we say. No, I'm sorry, it ain't gonna happen.
No, well,
No, it's not gonna happen.
it happens. I understand it happens. When. To employees, and I think that's just totally wrong. And again, I've always said it all boils down to respect. No matter what position you have, it's respecting. Now, can you talk and say, well, I think this, or of course, but not what happens. And I know that's why people don't speak out, because of the consequences and the retaliation. But we have some people that. We'll go ahead and do it, and I feel that I am that person. I'm willing to take the criticism and the consequences, because I really believe that we got to do what's right. I took an oath many times, and I truly believe in what that stands for.
And an oath doesn't finish.
That's right.
An oath is an oath. And people think I took the oath, and after I finish saying the oath, that's it.
Oh,
no, the oath. The oath
you're
is
still
there.
responsible, and it's not actually the oath too, absolutely, but it should be innate in your personality and your character.
Absolutely. What do you think one of the challenges because you've been involved in many campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
You've been involved in many. What's one on that? What's the main challenge?
Well, the thing is trying to get people out to vote. But I think, we just got to forge ahead, in terms of what we've been doing. I think, being involved in politics and knowing what needs to be done has certainly been a plus for me. It certainly helps a lot. But again, it's just working it, how we have, grassroots, and that's crucial. And of course, just not give up. work to the last day, Tuesday, 6:59 p.m.
Judge, when you look at the spectrum of Texas, it's low across the board.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's low. It's pretty bad. So we have to. I don't know. Something has to be changed. Something has to happen to not entice, but to, how can I say, make it more vibrant for people to go out there and vote.
I think
something has to happen.
Yes, and I think a lot of the time it's how politicians, candidates, people, the way they behave towards each other, and I think that should stop. I understand. We don't agree. Just like me and you, me and my brothers. We don't agree on everything. It's about respect and telling your views as to why we disagree. But when you behave in an antagonistic manner, that does not help. I would always tell, when I was a judge, I would tell the kids, you can be right in your message and as to why you did what you did, but if you're yelling it, if you're saying profanity, your message is not going to be heard at all. So I think we have a responsibility. We also have to remember the struggle of how we got the right to vote. You had to be a landowner. So that means, only certain people had that right. You had to be a man, you had to be a certain color of man. We got to remember those struggles. We got to remember in other countries, people die actually going to the polls because they believe, this is so crucial.
Yeah. And then some countries you have to vote.
And you have to vote. I wish you would. I wish you would.
And you have to vote. I know Brazil. You have to. And you're like, what? And you have to vote that day. There's no early voting.
There's just that one
day.
Right?
You better go vote by this time. By the time this close, you better.
What are the consequences if you don't vote?
They charge you on your taxes.
Really?
Boom! You're gonna get penalized for your taxes. You didn't vote. Boom! So everybody's voting.
Oh wow!
I mean, you see the lines in the morning. Everybody's voting.
I better go vote.
And then. Yeah, it's pretty. And wherever you're registered, you better go to that precinct to vote.
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean, I've seen it. I've been there when
you're like, oh.
Over there, early vote. They're like, what? Early vote? Yeah.
Waiting 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you can do whatever you want.
And not go if I don't want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we just got to remember, how important it is. People say, no, I'm not going to vote because I don't care. And you may not care, but you know what? Every decision that is made from school board, to any position, county commissioner, city council, state rep, congressman, it will have an effect on your life with or without you voting. So you might as well go out and do it.
We need to change, and we have to, when issues happen, like when you have voter fraud and stuff like that, we have to, because if we did it, we'll be in jail. Mm-hmm. But others do it, and they're out there waving the flag, and you're like, no,
yeah. And that's a lot of the reason why people
don't vote.
Or don't vote. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Some people get away with stuff, and you're like, well, what's the point? But we just mustn't give up. We gotta really believe that justice will be done. Maybe delayed, but we have to not give up and show that to our children. We gotta speak up when there's wrongdoing.
Yeah, and it's a hectic one when you see it across the board in Texas. Yeah. So what are we doing? Is it the marketing? Is it the branding? Is it what? Where are we lost? And everybody's kind of blaming the voter. It's not the voter.
No, it's how
the electoral body. What happened?
Yeah, it's how we're behaving. Mm-hmm. It's how we're behaving, and we have a responsibility. To do what's right. It's hard. Because people are afraid to say, oh no, they're going to get mad at me, or they're going to say something. They're going to go against me. But we can't. We got to remember why we decided to run for office.
Absolutely. So remember, folks, early vote ends Friday, no? At 7 or 8?
8 p.m.
This Friday.
Yes.
There's no Saturday, Sunday voting.
No.
Se acabó.
Se acabó.
So, but on Tuesday, election day, you can vote in any place.
Any precinct in 7 to 7 p.m. Yeah.
And remember, vote for our judge.
Please, I asked you to vote for experience, for someone who I know I have the personal experience. I don't forget where I come from. You know, I was that child that needed Medicaid to go to the doctor and dentist. I was that young person that, you know, got financial aid to go to college. You know, and we succeeded. And I want everyone to have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Every family, make sure that international trade, you know, that commerce, and we got to understand the issues. I understand the issues that, as an attorney, I understand how local, state, and federal government works. Experience matters.
Absolutely. We'll wish them the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
And folks, go out there and exercise your right. Reach out to the candidates. And they're out there with their signs. Go up to them and say, this is a problem that I have. What would you do? Ask them. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of asking anyone.
That's right, you know, and that's where we're here, for the tough questions. But we need to show up. We need to show up to forums. We need to show up to interviews. You know, we need to be able to communicate in English and Spanish with the, you know, that's what I did as
because you're representing a part of the country that's bilingual.
mm-hmm.
And it has its own dialect, which is Tex-Mex. You have to understand two languages in a dialect.
Yes.
And people don't understand that, and it's very harsh, because you have people that are, and I'm making fun of anybody, come in here, can't speak Spanish, and so they look at it as a trouble, and what am I going to, you know, no, you have to have somebody that's going to extend that hand for everybody.
Yes.
And to reach across the aisle.
That's true. You know, there's many good things that happen, you know, working with the, you know, I'm a Democrat working with the Republicans. Of course, we need to, you know, just like my brother, you know, reached with De La Cruz, and they got the water treaty, you know, so we need this water for the ranches, you know, we need it. We need it for us. We need to work with them. We just can't say, oh, he's a Republican. No, it's about respect. They have their reasons why they believe in what they believe, you know, and just like we do, you know, but we need to make sure that we work together, because we work for the state of Texas and for this great nation, and we can't forget.
You know, a lot of people say, no, they don't want this country to succeed. They don't want this country to succeed. Everybody that signs their name, that wants to become a candidate to help, they're going in there because they want to help out the community. After things happen over years, things might change. But what I'm saying is that, you know, people say the Republicans are red and the Democrats are blue. Yeah, but remember this flag is red, white, and blue, and they're all together.
Mm-hmm.
It's not divided. They're all together, and you have to work together in unison. And there's a lot of changes that need to go on, and changes that should have happened 30, 40 years ago that haven't been done now. And everybody keeps kicking the can down the street. Many people are going to say, you know what, can't stop here, let's start doing something about it. And you need to pick people that have that attitude to say, you know, enough, let's get this done.
Yeah.
And it has to happen. With the city, with the state, federal, everything.
Everything.
School board, we can't. You know, those are kids that we have to change things.
Yes.
Unfortunately, well, we'll do this. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We've got a couple of days more. And,
Yes.
And folks, we'll leave you with this. You all stay safe, be safe, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.